Just a little bit about how I got into social media. Once I finished high school, a friend and I decided to start an event promotions company. And at that time, Facebook had just kind of started scratching the surface, and we discovered the event feature. So we thought this feature was great. We invited all our friends. It was quick, it was easy, and we had a really good reach with it. And during this time, Facebook events were really undiscovered. So we saw a lot of results because people would check their every message. They would check their every event invitation. Now it is quite different, but that's what got me into social media. That's what got me excited about social media. I started marketing for 2 years at BCIT, a college over here in Vancouver. And ever since graduating, I've been working here at ChampionsWay. I'm very proud to be working for such a great company. Very proud to be a martial artist, and very proud to be sharing what I can to try and help grow your martial arts schools. So without further ado, I'm going to get started here. So today we're going to be covering quite a few things. We're going to be covering mostly basic setup with Twitter. So we're going to tell you how to get started, basics on Twitter, do's and don'ts, applications you can use to facilitate the Twitter process, and some Twitter standards. So I'm going to jump right into getting started. Registration is super straightforward. It's not very difficult at all. Everything's straightforward. They tell you what you need to do. You just insert your email, some information. You're going to be required to do a description. Do not leave that blank. Put your web address in there. Put a description in there, a short little blurb about yourself. Do not leave it blank, because that's an avenue for you to advertise yourself. That's an avenue for you to have people to come and visit your website. If by leaving it blank, you're just getting rid of another opportunity right there. So don't make your Twitter account useless. Fill in all the information. Another important thing is to pick a strong name. We are ChampionsWay. We're not going to go and select CW013 as a username. That is really, really bad, because not only does it not correlate with the rest of our branding, it doesn't really go with our image, doesn't go with our branding. It doesn't help people see our name and embed it in their head, right? So we want something. If ChampionsWay is taken, find an alternative, something that works. ChampionsWay Twit, something like that. Try and avoid long names for the sake of retweeting. Retweeting is something I'm going to get into detail about a little bit later. But the shorter the name, the better it is. Once you've picked a strong name and got your account set up, invite all your friends. Go through your email clients. Twitter has the option to invite all your friends to join Twitter, and any friend that you already have that has Twitter, they'll make it so that you follow them. So make sure you do that. Also, try and follow some influential people on Twitter. Twitter will suggest some people. It's always good to see what these top dogs are doing, see how they're tweeting, see how they're engaging with their crowds. They can be very inspirational for you. Now, moving on into Twitter design. This is a bit of a difficult subject. It's difficult to choose whether you're going to do a simple or branded background. I mean, there's many ways you can do it. Twitter offers a whole selection of simple backgrounds. You can create your own simple background, or you can get really technical with it and get a really nice designed, branded background for your Twitter. Now, a few things you need to know are that every Twitter page is different on every computer screen because of different resolutions, because of different sizes, because of different monitors. The way my Twitter page appears on my screen is different than the way it'll appear on your screen. So when choosing your background, you got to take this into consideration. You also got to take into consideration that the background is fixed. The center of the screen, where all the Twitter information is what moves as the screen is resized. So the background's always going to stay in the same place. Now, when you're doing a branded background, for instance, our background, some of your info is likely going to get covered. That's one of the cons of having a branded background. But if you have a simple background, you're not taking advantage of any of that space, any of that real estate that's there, where you can continue your branding and really get the image embedded into people's heads, right? So moving on, I'm going to show you an example of our Twitter page. Hopefully you are following us. If you're not following us or if you don't have a Twitter account, once you get your Twitter account, please follow us. As you can see over here, on the side, over here we have ChampionsWay, our logo, our website, our phone number. We have our community, again branded with our logo, our Facebook page, our ChampionsWay website again with the logo, Twitter, YouTube, ChampionsWay blog. So we're really hitting hard with our logo. We really want to get that image stuck in the people's heads. If they see it anywhere else, they'll hopefully recognize it. Now, I'm not saying by having this background, by having your image and logo and web addresses and everything on your background, that you're going to get millions of hits on your website. I'm just saying that it's better for your branding and it's continuous with the rest of your branding. Here's an example of a simple background. This is actually the default background that comes with Twitter. So when you register your account, you're going to be seeing this. This is the way your Twitter page is going to look. Now, again, it's simple. I guess really the positive part about it is that no matter how you move your screen, it's not going to affect your background. It's not going to cover anything. But as I said before, I really don't think this is the way to go. You should really brand it. For sure, I think that's the best way to go. Another thing to be aware of when you're doing your branding is that don't pick colors that aren't visible. Some people have Twitter pages where they may have a light background and their text may be light as well, and you have a real difficult time reading it. It just creates a hassle, and you're not really going to get the message out as well as you would like to. Also, make sure that when you're doing design for your Twitter page, that you keep the branding consistent, again, with all the rest of your branding. Your logo is, or your website is white and blue color scheme. Don't go and make a Twitter page that's red and black. That's just going to confuse people. Maxim, yes, you are going to be able to read this or view this again. We are going to provide a recording afterwards. Just simply email me, datis@championsway.com. Sensei Nick will type that in the chat box for you. So to continue on Twitter design, we can actually help you get started with that. So contact us, let us know if you have any questions about getting set up with your Twitter. Also, we have a really great design team. They designed our awesome Twitter background design. So if you are looking to get something set up, just feel free to contact us. Now, when you're selecting your avatar, make sure to keep this simple and, of course, consistent with your brand. I can't emphasize how important it is to keep your brand consistent. That way, when people see your image anywhere, any form of advertisement, any form of social media plugs, anything like that, when you see your logo, they'll recognize you right away. With avatars, some people say, "Hey, go put the person's picture, the person who's actually doing the tweets." Put their picture up so it has a more personal level on it. I personally think it's okay. I think it's a cool way to get personal with people, but in the end, you're representing the company. That person isn't representing themselves. If you understand what I'm saying, they're representing the company's brand. They're representing the company's image. Maybe if you want a picture of the head instructor or something like that, that's always cool as well. Again, it comes down to personal preference here. Here is the home page of Twitter. So for those of you who have never used Twitter before, I'm just going to explain to you a few little things here. See where it says what's happening and the 140 right here? This is the box where you put your posts up. So whatever you say, you type into this box and you hit update. Now, Twitter only allows you 140 characters. The reason why they did this is because they wanted to have that phone ability so you could text and tweet through your phone, and text messages are only allowed 140 characters. A little bit of Twitter history for you there. If you look a little further up in the right corner here, you have the home page, which is this page that you see right here. You have your profile, which will show you all this stuff as well as all your tweets that you have done, all your recent tweets. Find people is to search and find people. Settings is where you can change all your settings, your username, change the email that you receive notifications, change the design, etc., etc. Help and sign out. Here you'll see there's